maybe we can start because time is gone. So, hello everyone. Glad to see you all at our today's webinar. Today we will speak about rather non-standard, non-typical, but really interesting and really perspective direction of legal profession, financial law. The theme of our webinar, Becoming a Financial Lawyer, Model Challenges and Trends. But where challenges are, there is perspective, and because of it, our webinar is really interesting and really important for students. It is a joint project of the European Humanities University and the University of Gdańsk within Erasmus Plus framework. I pleased to introduce our speakers, Dr. Edvardas Juchnevičius, Dr. Damian Cyman, Dr. Przemyslaw Panfil, and on behalf of EGU, I express our gratitude to you for your participation in our event. So now we finished our official part, and let's start our work, our conversation, because it is not a serious lecture, not an educational activity, as we have in the course for international financial law, but it can be kind of TEDx meeting and free conversation. Our agenda today consists of 4 parts. 4 parts: initial issues, career issues, student issues, and QA session. The first part is initial issues and the general questions of this part. What is financial law? Why is financial law important? Who is a financial lawyer and does he exist really? What does a financial lawyer do? And my favorite question, why is financial law can be loved for a life? So let's talk.
Okay, who starts? Or I can start if you. I would like to have the access to share if I able to share. Can I share something?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, I will start with an empty piece of paper. And thank you for introduction, Mariya. And I'm glad to see you. Actually, I am from Lithuania, but this is my first time to speak with students from Lithuania. And as I see, probably we get here students from different countries, not only from Lithuania. At least from surnames, I see that we have students from Russian-speaking countries. But today, as Mariya just mentioned, that we should communicate in English. This is our task. First question to you: did you have any classes related to financial law? At least you can write on chat, or you can say, because you have access to microphone. Do you have any classes right now, or did you have last year related to financial law? Financial law is a very broad subject, and we get inside of the broad subject also different smaller subjects. Usually for example, it's like no discussion that inside of the financial law we do have tax law, we do have budget law, banking law, financial market law, and etc. It depends on the author who is actually writing the handbook or who is teaching. It depends how many subjects he is putting inside of financial law. And the question is, what is financial law? Because it was the first question on our agenda. Usually I'm just telling my students that I actually in more like I don't know, I'm using during my first class a kind of anecdote just to explain and to encourage students to study financial law. Let's imagine it was like long time ago. One old man, he did have 3 sons. I am just writing, and please tell me if you see what I'm writing. Do you see what I'm writing? Okay. Przemek is showing me the finger that he see. And he got the property. He got 17 camels. It was long time ago. That's very nice. We can say that he was very rich and he did have 17 camels, and he decided to write a last will. Do you know what does mean last will? Mariya, do you know last will? Did you prepare your own last will already?
No, I don't think about so future questions.
Okay. It means like there is no need to prepare because, as Benjamin Franklin said, in life we have 2 certain things: death and taxes. It means like all of us will die in the future, and it means that we all should pay taxes. And actually, here is not the subject about the taxes, about last will. And he wrote in last will that he's giving half of the property to the older son, 1/3 of the property to the middle son, and 1/9 of the property he is giving to the youngest son. And father actually died, and he actually, brothers coming to you as a lawyer and asking you for a help. Please explain how to divide the property according to the father's will. And any options, because we get the property as is written on the right side, 17 camels, and you should calculate. I hope you do have math, or you did have math in school, how many camels the older brother just going to get. Can you calculate? 17, and we just dividing by half. У вас математика была? Did you have math? It's probably 8.5, yes? Okay. And the second brother, the middle one, how many camels he is going to get, because he got 1 and 3? Mariya is trying to use calculator.
I try to find my calculator because math was so many times ago.
Okay. This like I am trying to help you.
567.
Okay, 567. And the last one, 1/9 from 17. It will be 1 and
89.
Okay, 1 and 89. Yeah, it's possible to divide this way. It's probably we gonna, I don't know, divide this way, kill some camels, have some party with camels dishes, and it's possible. But as in real life, when clients coming with the last will, there is like quite difficult to solve the case. And here is also, there is no compromise to do this way. They don't want to kill camels, because it means like the first option as we calculated is not working. I'm just crossing the first option. Do we have any second option? Is it possible that they take camels, take to the market, sell on the market, take the money, and divide the money according to the last will? Is it possible? Yeah, why not? But there is no compromise. They finally don't want to go to the market. They don't want to sell camels. Do we have any more options?
For example, one son can sell his or her part.
Yeah, it's possible.
To
it's like
other son, and the money will be compensation.
Yeah, it's possible, because we got the third option. This is quite broad option. One is can just pay to others and take all camels. or they can, for example, decide that we going to change options because maybe they will decide that one of them will get 10, one is get 0, one is like the broad option that they can decide is like what is needed to compromise. They need to say that, okay, I'm accepting the offer is okay, but there is no compromise. They do not want to do this way. And we get 3 options. And third option is very broad, but is not working. Do we have any more options? Only what I heard from my students during one class, they say, hey, it's possible to wait. Let's wait 1 year. It will be more camels. And we will have probably mathematically more easy to divide. For example, it will be 1 more, it will be 18, and it will be quite easy to divide, or any other numbers. They don't want to wait. There is option number 4 is not working. Do we have any more options? It's probably
maybe they need to launch any organization, business organization, put the camels as a part of this organization.
Okay, it's like to establish the company and to put a part, like yes. it will be capital of the company camels. Yeah, I'm using this kind of, for example, you get the cat, for example, 1 million euros, the value of the cat, and you're opening the company like limited liability company, and you're putting the cat to the company as a part of the capital. It's quite strange. There's a lot of issues connected with the financial law. It was long time ago. I'm not sure about the organization, if they know what does mean organization. Probably this option is not working. And as modern times, probably we get more options, but long time they did not have, I don't know, commercial cut or any possible way to establish the organization. They, as we do in modern times, we actually, if we get the case, we go finally to the court and the judge is helping to solve the case. Yeah, they went actually not to the court because there was no court, and they are asking the old man in the village, please help to solve this case, how we can divide the property. He's saying, case is simple, take our 1 camel, take my camel and divide the property. 17 plus 1. Maria, do you know? You don't need to use calculator. It's 18.
18, yes.
Yeah. And how many camels the older one is going to get? Because we get 18.
Yes, 10.
Not 10. It's 1. It's a half. 18. It means 9.
Yes, 9. Yes.
And one third. How many camels?
6.
The middle one
6.
is going to get 6, and 1 9.
Go to?
Yeah, it's 2. It means 9 plus 6 and plus 2. It means 15 plus 2, 17. And the judge is this old man is getting back his 1 camel. You see, because we did have 18, and final result by the calculation we find 17, and 1 camel is going back to the judge, to the old man. And this is the meaning, like in abstractive way, what is financial law? We're trying to find the best solution for ourselves or for our clients. We're always trying to find this 1 camel. I know that it is tricky, and I'm going to show something, some short movie. If you allow me to show some short movie about my university, can you, about the city, because we spoke with Mariya before starting the class about the Gdańsk, and I was inviting. It's like two minutes about the Gdańsk. Is it possible, Mariya? Do you accept
yes,
to show you?
It would be great.
Okay. I'm not going to show about the university, maybe because it's like all together it's gonna take maybe 5 minutes. But about the city, I hope you're gonna enjoy it. Wait, the movie is almost ready, and I'm sharing the movie, the screen, and please make sure. I hope all of you going to see. I'm turning off the camera, and if you can turn off the cameras right now for the movie moment, it will be more smooth to watch. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the movie. And if you, Maria, let me to show one more about the university. It's gonna take also 2 minutes, no more. And I will show one movie about the university.
Yes, it will be great because if we know something new in the main sphere, it's always useful for us.
Okay, it's like 1.5 minutes, so it's not going to take a long time. And I'm sharing another movie about the university. Please turn off cameras. It will be more easy to show because of the connection. Hello. Hope you enjoyed our promotional movie. And I needed to show you a movie for another example that's connected with not less abstractive way to explain what is financial law about how we're going to find this one camel. And I also need to show you paint. Do you see paint or no? And I only from
Yes,
this,
we see.
yeah, only from this class I know Mariya, and I'm using Mariya as the example that the person who get dreams. Can I use Mariya, your personality to my example?
Of course.
Because after watching the movie, you saw very nice, probably buildings, and you get the dream to have an apartment in Gdańsk because you would like to come on Erasmus, and you would like to have an apartment for half a year and for a longer time, like as a kind of investment. And about the dream, actually, parents get to know. And I'm just trying to explain from the perspective of Polish financial law. And what your parents do, they inviting you to come for a brunch on Sunday. Do you know brunch? What does it mean, brunch? Probably all of you.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's yearly lunch on
It's
on
connected.
the weekend.
Yeah, I used to be when I when I was a student. So I used to be in US and I used to work in restaurants when people coming on Saturday and Sunday, and they just they come in usually from 10 and they staying till 12, like 2-3 hours, and they eating together breakfast and lunch, and that we call it brunch. And I usually charge more than like breakfast or lunch. And your dream is like to have this flat for 1 million euros, and actually your father is inviting you to come on Saturday on brunch, and he just took from the bank 1 million euros, his own money, and he's giving you a suitcase, and he's explaining that on Wednesday you got the meeting with a notary officer, and you will give the money to the seller, 1 million euros, and you will buy a flat. You will become a owner of the flat. It means that the dreams come true. Is it possible in the light of law that your father is giving you a suitcase of million euros legally because he took from his account from bank? Is it possible? Probably yes. There is no obstacles, at least for now, because the law is changing, and maybe in the future we're gonna have limits connected with the transfer of cash. But right now we don't have limits connected with physical persons. I'm not sure if like your city, because you're staying in Vilnius, if it is safe to move around with 1 million euros. Is it safe?
Maybe no.
Maybe no, it's not a good idea. And father is saying, okay, I'm going to transfer money to your account because we get the banking accounts at the same bank, and I'm just transferring the money to your account. In a second, you're gonna see 1 million euros. And on Wednesday, you will buy a flat for 1 million euros, and it will be approved by the notary officer, and you will become an owner of the flat. We get a little bit different because here we get cashless payments, and number one, you use cash. And number two, the situation is possible or no? Because your father actually and you paid the same amount of money, 1 million. Is it possible in the light of law? Yes, why not? And actually, the father would like to make a surprise. He get this knowledge from your mom, and he's saying, okay, my daughter, he's inviting on brunch, and he's saying, I already bought this flat that you love to have. I paid 1 million euros, and I'm inviting you to come on Wednesday to a notary office, and I will give you this flat as a gift. Is it possible?
Of course.
Yeah, it's possible, because you see 1, 2, 3, we have the same result. You're smiling, you get the gift, you are owner of the flat. And I'm not sure if you have any in right now in Lithuania or in Belarus. I kind of that you something do not do because it brings a bad luck. Like you're not giving a gift, for example, a watch. You're not giving a gift empty pocket. I mean, kошелек. You're not giving a clock because it's bringing a bad luck. And same, your father is discussing with your mom, with his sister, and she's saying no, it's not good idea to give a flat as a gift because Maria will not make a good family in this flat. Is better to do another transaction, and they decided that the father he bought for 1 million euros. He is asking you, okay, come on Wednesday to notary office. I'm giving you 10,000 euros, and you will pay me back 10,000 euros, and we will make a transaction that I bought for 1 million, and you buying from me for 10,000 euros. This flat, is it possible?
No.
No.
Why not?
I think yes, because this action between related, so between father and daughter.
But it's question about taxation because
Yeah, but because stop about taxation. I'm asking about the civil law.
Besides these payments, it's still a present. It's kind of a gift, and if it's not a gift, you should pay this the first price, like $1 million, because this flat doesn't cost 10,000, and it doesn't make sense.
It can be same deal.
Yeah, I know, but is it possible that because we have the class right now, and I would like to drink a coffee. Is it possible that Christina will go to buy coffees? Because Christina, you're staying in Vilnius or you're staying in other country?
In other country.
Another country, okay. Is it possible that you order for us coffee, you pay for, I don't know, 10 euros per coffee, and you sell us for 1 euros a coffee?
Yes, but it doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, but sometimes, usually in life, it happens that you buy something very expensive and you sell with a lower price because you need to sell as soon as possible. Because flat or real estate, if you would like to sell it very quickly, sometimes you sell it for a half of the price. It's like, I'm just trying to give you examples from real life. And actually from civil law, it's like I don't see any obstacles. There is like a possibility in the future that is possible to have a case that the transaction is not valid, but by the law it's possible to do this way because you bought something very expensive, you're selling it for a much lower price. And like I'm just stopping with 4 possible situations because we have 4 situations. We have the same result. Maria is happy. She's not smiling right now, but I believe that she's happy. And what option should we choose? Maria, what option should we choose? Option 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one is better for you and for your parents?
Options 2.
Okay, why?
It's more clear, more simple.
Yeah, actually, what is financial law is all about the money, because what actually governs the world? Что руководит миром? Руководят миром деньги. It's like money governs the world. It's more correct answer that we love money, and this is why we will be trying to find this camel. It's like the best solution for us. And situation number 1 is probably based on logic. It's not safe to go outside with €1 million. It's probably you will be not using this. Situation number 4 is based on law. We have like in situation 1, 2, 3, 4, it's possible based on, for example, Polish law, that we can have consequences in free taxes. Tax on gifts.
Yes, in Belarus there is such situation. Yes.
Yeah. Also
we see
here,
questions about if it is a gift, you don't pay taxes, but
yeah.
if it is a sale, you must pay.
Yeah, okay. And here is also PAT, is like personal income tax. We have like a possible consequences in PAT, because here you bought for 1 million and is selling for, I mean, your father is selling for 10,000. The tax authority can check, oh, maybe the market value just rose and he's selling, I don't know, he bought last week and he's selling this week. The tax authority will be checking if from this transaction that he sold for you, there is any income possible. If possible, it should be taxed with the PAT, personal income tax. And also in Polish law, we do have special taxes called tax on civil transactions. It means everything you sell between physical persons, I mean, not shops, not companies. We do have tax on civil transaction, and it is like 2% from the value. If you, for example, buying the flat, it costs 100,000 euros, it means you need to pay 2% a tax to tax authority. It's tax on civil transaction. If we have possibly in all this situation, we should trying to find consequences and possible free taxes. It means that you need to finally, it means like in the beginning, it looks like I am using the civil law or I'm using the commercial law, how I can establish transaction, how I can structure transaction. But finally, the tax lawyer is coming and saying, no. So number 4 is not good, because in number 4, there is like 99%, it will be a tax proceeding, because the tax authority will be checking if you selling with a low price and you would like to pay less taxes. It means that you don't need any proceedings. It's not good for you to attend any proceedings. And here, number 2 and number 3, you need to use like a special knowledge from tax law, and based on Polish law, if you transfer money, we get like close relatives mentioned by in the statute. And if you transfer money via bank, because you have like plenty possibilities, I don't know, transfer money, PayPal, transfer money via credit unions, but the law says only via bank. And you can transfer unlimited amount of money, there is no limits, and it will be no tax on gifts. In case if it will be a gift of flat, we have some limits. There is a possibility that will be tax on gifts. And only the best option based on Polish financial law, it is number 2. This is our camel. That was a less abstractive way to explain what is financial law. And I agree that you're saying that's connected with the money, because you put the money on the first slide of PowerPoint. There is no financial law, there is no money. It's connected with the money. You're trying to save your money, you're trying to find this camera. I hope you enjoyed this way to explain what is financial law. And any questions to me?
Well, actually, if I can.
Yeah, Christina, because maybe because not you, maybe Christina, because Christina
claps you.
Yeah. Okay, Damian would like to ask me.
No, I would like to thank you at first for your lecture and for your explanation of financial law. I would like to thank also for organizers for inviting me here and to enabling me some words to say about becoming a financial lawyer, because I think it's really interesting issue nowadays. I had some problems with my camera, so please forgive me that you can't see me, but of course I hope you can hear me. And I would like to go back a little bit to this first presentation about the schedule of today's meeting. And I would like to tell you a little bit about my point of view and about my understanding of financial law. So the first question, what is financial law? Meaning of financial law differs in some legal systems. So of course I know the best European and Polish financial law. And in Poland, we can divide financial law on three main elements. The first element, the first field of financial law is budget law. And Dr. Przemyslaw Panfil is a specialist in this field. This is allows specifying the schedule and procedures by which the budget should be prepared, approved, executed, accounted for, and final accounts submitted for approval. The second branch is tax law, and Professor Edvardas Juchnevičius is a professionalist in this, a specialist. And as you for sure know, it's an area of legal study in which public or sanctioned authorities, such as state and municipal governments, use a body of rules and procedures to assess and collect taxes in a legal context. And then we have the third field of this science, and it is financial market law that covers asset finance, banking, capital markets, commodity, and even energy trading, financial services, market regulations, funds, finance, and private funds, and many others. So according to this, we can recognize three main fields of financial law, and its importance, in my opinion, can't be questioned. Budget law, for example, is a part of public law, and it deals with the way public money are spent, and it is always important. And we could see it after crisis 2008, and especially now, when we don't know exact economic consequences of COVID-19 pandemic. So this is budget law. Tax law is important from different point of views. For example, from public point of view, it is important to provide government with enough public money to fulfill its public task. From our private point of view, it is important to perform our tax obligations properly, especially to avoid criminal consequences. And moreover, tax evasion and tax avoidance become an important issue in public debate, especially in context of big global companies. And finally, financial market law deals with sometimes basic social needs like settlements, loans, and credits, and so on. And it regulates the way financial institutions provides its services. And again, it is important from public point of view, for example, how to avoid financial crisis, as well as from individual's point of view, and especially consumer protection. The second important question is, what does a financial lawyer do? And I think that there is a lot of things that we can cover with our services and with our knowledge of financial law. I can tell you how does it look from my point of view. I specialize in consumer protection, and now in Poland there is a big problem with loans indexed to Swiss franc. It's a huge problem for both consumers and our financial system. And actually, nobody knows what to do with this problem that we have hundreds of thousands of people who took cheap credit, or at least they thought it would be cheap, and now they have a huge problem because the Swiss franc exchange rate went up, and actually it skyrocketed one day, and it made a huge problem. I had also some cases with tax law, and what I liked the most is that I helped taxpayers to protect them from tax authorities, which in some cases in Poland are too repressive, or at least in my opinion, they are. And in many cases, taxpayers could use tax relief, and they need some information and legal know-how how to do it. Then there was a question, how much does a financial lawyer make? I think that it differs, of course. Always speaking about money is difficult, but I think that the average income of financial lawyer is enough. So it depends, of course, on the level of our services that we provide our clients with, and so on. The very important question is what skills should a financial lawyer have? And in my opinion, from my point of view, as a practitioner, as a lawyer who is dealing with these financial cases, I can see that the practice of law is changing dramatically, I could say, and lawyers no longer have a monopoly on the field, and it is also in financial law field. From legal document technicians to virtual law offices and self-help legal website, today's lawyers face competition from a variety of non-lawyer sources, and especially when we could take under consideration artificial intelligence and algorithms that can provide people or clients with sometimes cheap, sometimes not so good, but cheap services. And I think that the job market is much more competitive than it was few years before. The legal profession has undergone changes as a result of the recent economic crisis and the evolution of the legal industry and market. So I think that there is a lot of challenges that we have to face, but in financial law, I think creativeness and knowing law is very important, and it makes our job more important, and we don't have to be as afraid of technological advance, and I don't know, that our job would be taken by some algorithms or some artificial intelligence programs from us. And I think what I like the most is the challenges that we can meet in our work, and that we can help our clients, some consumers or some taxpayers to keep their rights. So that's my opinion about this this topic that we can discuss today, and thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe someone of our other speakers will start talk.
Okay, maybe I want to add about salaries, because usually lawyers, they not gonna tell you about salaries, but usually you can easily find, because as a lawyer, for example, I do have experience. If I work for big companies like, I don't know, Deloitte, KPMG, it's called big 5 companies, or some branded, I don't know, White & Case, and big companies, because usually for, I don't know, for big cases, I mean, mergers, acquisitions, or some due diligence for companies that are on stock per hour, you can say.
Sorry, you are stopped. Please repeat.
I mean, like you can guess about how much money they charging per hour. Like if they charging another big company, Coca-Cola, for example, because they just do a due diligence, and usually you can find that per hour they charging from 500 euros per hour. It means like they spending, I don't know, 200 hours. You just multiply by 500 euros, and you get a lot of money. And that's the answer. And it's usually, it is connected with the financial law. They have all issues connected with finances. And what is for you, because I see that all of you, probably, I'm not sure about the Christina, because she did not put any surname. if she's from Russian-speaking country, or not. She's online,
Yes.
smiling. Christina, you're from Belarus? From which country you are?
From Ukraine.
From Ukraine. Because of the knowledge of the language you can use in the future, you know probably the Ukrainian, you know Russian, and this is actually your attitude, because of comparing to different lawyers from Lithuania or from Poland, from different countries. You get one more. You know the specific of the country, you know the language of the country, and you can use it. This is why you will be above all your colleagues who are only from, I don't know, they only know Lithuanian, because usually, like today, I'm just getting the email that lawyers looking for some help in Spain, and they, like many emails, they asking, can I find some lawyer who speaks Polish or who speaks Lithuanian, because they do not speak Spanish. And this is why you probably, like, I don't know, if you will do the career in attorney at law or lawyer, in-house lawyer, you will see, oh, it's good that I know Russian, because I got a lot of Russian clients. That's usually clients I'm getting in the beginning, probably a lot of clients coming up because of the language. Okay, Maria, do we have like some schedule, or do we have something?
Maybe we should talk about practical issues for students, how to start, what students should do in order to become a financial lawyer. Maybe some about internship, some about the fields of law which are more useful for students.
Okay. Actually, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, there's like, I have a lot of channels on Telegram. I'm not sure if you're using Telegram. And they got some specific channels connected with the law, with the financial law, tax law. It is good, like, if you would like to be on top. I'm just speaking about the channels, like some modern way to communicate. So not only the law in books, you should also try to be in touch with all situations that are happening. And one of the way to get the knowledge is like to sign for some good channels. I don't know, Facebook or LinkedIn or Telegram. Is up to you which communicator you're gonna use. But they're like on channel connected with international tax law. There was just a question from students, how you actually doing the recruitment procedure? What kind of students do you accept? And they was just putting actually that marks, like you get 5s is good, because it's like some companies get that you cannot join, for example, this company because you have like 4 from financial law. There's like from the beginning it's not possible, but they just telling that marks is not all about the marks. We need to see that the person is also get some other knowledges, because you need to get like to at least to speak, to be ready to discuss about the financial law. If you only know from the book, it's not enough, because I don't know, the lawyer who will be hiring you, he will speak, okay, do you know what is happening right now, that the government is passing a new tax law, something like that. And you need to be like in touch with all these regulations that are discussing and mass media is, I don't know, and you should know your opinion. Another is also, there is like plenty of possibilities to start internships. And it is good, I don't know, it's like if you're third year students, why not to go, for example, during the summer, or if your schedule allow you go right now, to take some internship, even unpaid. Because
maybe how broad practice of internship in Lithuania and in Poland?
How broad, what do you mean?
For example, in Belarus, practice in legal companies or some legal entities. For students, it's no broad applicable, and it's very hard for students to have some internship in practice, even unpaid.
Okay, because I mean, right now it's like all students, all like different companies, they're using Telegram, and I see all the time in Poland that companies, I mean, law offices, looking for some interns. It's a lot. When I was studying in Poland, even the a kind of practice, it's called internship, it was obligatory. We needed to go. And one, my practice, it was in the court, and I would say that it was boring because I needed to write tickets for people who did not pay for a tram or a train. Like the whole week I was just sitting and just, I don't know, it's like a stupid work. And two is I also finished 2 practices in law offices, and one is specifically that's connected that actually I stayed after I finished the internship and I got the proposal. My lawyer, and he asked, Edward, would you like to come to our law office to work when you finish your studies? And this is how it works, because you coming, you meet new people, and in the future, in some way, it is your place to work. And I mean, if it is popular, I'm not sure about the Lithuania right now, if a lot of people, because I do not exactly know, because sometimes the university is helping, and we do have in Gdańsk University, it depends on the major, because the major, when in the major is written that the university is providing, it means the university is asking to some law offices, please accept our students. They have some agreements with law offices. And based on what I speak with my students, a lot of my students work, they go to paid internships to Deloitte, they go to KPMG, private house Coopers. They even know some tricks. They just saying, oh, okay, I'm applying to Deloitte, but I don't want to work in Deloitte. But I know that they're gonna use in the beginning same tests as private house Cooper is going to use. Let's do in Deloitte in the beginning. I will know the test. I will be prepared after that, and I will apply to private house Coopers. A lot of our students, because I'm not sure about the movie. If you saw, our university right now is connected with like business offices, and one of like financial law connected offices is called State Street, is a big international company. And like we have some majors connected, like tax law, financial law, and there I don't know, it's like 15% of students actually they work. But a lot of companies, besides that, you know, right now English, they English Russian or Ukrainian or Belarusian, they asking you to know English, because we did have like English speaking major in European business law, and all of students, like I don't know, it's like not 10 15, it's like 80% they was working for State Street because of the English, because they know English. Where to go, probably I answered. And what to do is like we have like plenty of ways to apply. You have online plenty of possibilities. You probably pandemic situations just makes you apply online, but when the pandemic situation is over, don't be afraid to go. You're going on the street, you see the nice law office, and you just come in and asking, I'm looking for internship, why not? That's like, this is just
in Europe, internship, it's normal.
Yeah, it's normal. It's normal. Usually even when it is called, when you start attorney, it means you are not attorney, you're practicing to be, like in Poland, you need to be practicing like 3 years before the exam. It means you finish the studies and you 3 years applying to some kind official internship for a future attorneys, a future internship for future judges, or it is called legal counsel. And during this period of time, 3 years, you even need to be part of the office, because you need to have a lawyer who is just guiding you how to be inside of this job, and it's like obligatory.
Yes, and maybe now we can go to the QA session, and maybe all of students of all of participants want to ask our experts.
Yeah, Christina is online. Maybe Christina is going to ask, for example, some people. Przemek, Damian.
Okay, I have a question. It's very connected to the question from Niada about area of financial law. And my question is about soft skills and maybe hard skills for students, for graduated students, because of course I can't know everything about financial law, even if I have some knowledge, deep knowledge, and I know tendencies. What will make me differ from other students? So which skills should I have to apply for any kind of job?
Well, probably, in my opinion, because maybe something different is gonna tell my colleagues, but I think that the best way to get any soft skills connected with like practicing law, to be a future lawyer, to attend some moot courts. I'm not sure if you know moot courts, and if you at least try to do something. I used to be a judge in few moot courts, and it probably, I don't know, something new, for example, for 10 years. But in my times, at least I didn't know, nobody told me. But I think that like all possible soft skills that you can get and that's needed for future lawyers, like you can get from good moot courts. I can offer moot courts connected with tax law. And here is the question from Niada, the which area financial law. Actually, my area is international tax law. But from the perspective of practice, it's not always that you, I don't know, you get all cases from international tax law. You need to be like part of big company, big law office, and there is like no problem. You will be getting only tax law cases. Even it will be a specialization that you will be, some of you will be getting connected with a PAT, personal income tax. Other people will be getting with mergers or with the corporate income tax, all different taxes. But if you are part of smaller company, you have like a lot of different issues with connected with financial law, like in broad. And for example, like the case from 2 weeks ago, I was preparing the legal opinion on procurement law. That is also a part of financial law. I'm not sure if you know procurement law. Procurement law is like publiczne tendery. That's also the area of financial law. And why it's probably because it's not only why because you can make bigger money. Some areas, for example, like procurement law is not popular, and also like tax law. When you will be coming to some different offices, it's probably okay. We are not taking financial law. We like specialize in all different criminal law, civil law, but we are not taking financial law because financial law is like too specific, too hard, and you need to start thinking about the financial law right now. And if it is possible, I don't know, that I'm saying, try to be connected. If you would like to practice, why not to go online and make research about the moot court? Because a lot of because of the pandemic situation, is like you have more possibilities than before. You have possibility to attend moot courts right now from online, even not to be a participant, or just to see how other students from different universities they trying to argument.
And when, for example, a student decides that, oh, okay, I want to be a financial lawyer, what is kinds of subject? It's obligatory to know very clear for him or for her, for example. tax law, civil law, or maybe there is some other parts of law, it's necessary, critically necessary?
It is probably, usually it depends on the practice in the university, on the program, but usually the civil law is supposed to be in the beginning, and you should get like good grounds of civil law. I mean, the broad civil law, even with I don't know, probably some university also get Roman law, civil law, and it's good to have before starting this whole career with the financial law. Good to get before the financial law good knowledge from civil law. After you will be getting insight in financial law, at the same time you will see that you need to get the knowledge from commercial law. I mean, because if you will be I don't know, consulting some big companies, you need to know how to structure, how to do something in the light of commercial law. And the idea maybe not to get like so deep, because your colleagues will be helping you with some transactions, but you should know, because if they will be explaining something and it will be abstractive to you because you do not have any knowledge, it will be quite difficult to take the part in the discussion. But if you have the knowledge, I see this situation when lawyers speak with accountants. When we speak with accountants, a lot of lawyers, they totally do not understand what accountants just explaining. And if it is possible, like I'm just saying, commercial or something, accountancy, just to get like basic knowledge, you need to know if you would like to practice financial law.
And maybe some about basic knowledge of economic, it's necessary.
Yeah. Usually we do have, because for example, Przemek, he's a teacher of economics at our university. Usually we have economics during the first class. When I'm explaining my students about the securities, I'm usually saying them, oh, come on, guys, you gonna know, I don't know, many different definitions of what stocks, what is a stock exchange, but please try to open the account and try to buy and sell some shares. At least you're gonna know some practice. That's my point of view and my explanation how to deal all with the issues, how to start your career.
Thank you very much for your answers. Maybe someone students want to ask something.
I would like to add something to the Christina question. I agree with Edward. I think that one of the most important is analytical skills. And of course, analytical skills is very important in every branch of law, but in financial law, it is even more important because the cash flow is sometimes very complicated. And it is very difficult sometimes in some cases to understand what is going on, what is the connection between different financial law institutions. Okay, thank you.
Maybe some questions for someone? We haven't, don't hesitate, please. Our experts are very friendly. don't afraid, don't hesitate. And maybe I have a question. What do you think? What is the bad part of a career of financial lawyer? For what bad things students must be ready if he or she decide to go to the way of financial lawyer? What is the bad?
Okay, maybe I'm going to start. It's like the bad is, but it's also like we moved to, for example, we went to Netherlands to get actually some knowledge how to teach the law. And they was explaining the same way as you asked us, can you just be prepared with some points, what is the best, what is the bad, that something is not good for you in teaching. And we was just trying in half an hour to point one by one what is like is not good. And after she's saying, okay, you get 1 minute, please just make all you just made that is not good for teaching, just make that this is very good. I'm explaining that something that is bad, you can make it good for you. And what is just bad in financial law, that is changing. It's changing all the time. In civil law, like in Poland, you get the civil code is from 1964. And it means he's changing like a few times during, I don't know, 5 years, during 2 years, but the financial law is changing all the time. And this is actually is bad because you need to be always, you need to read all the regulations. You need to be on top if you sitting, I don't know, that you are a compliance officer of the bank, even it's just, it is called compliance officer. It means that you only helping the bank to be good with the regulations. It means to just to follow all the regulations, because a lot of regulation the government or European Union is passing, and you need only to help the bank. I mean, not to solve cases. You need only to help the bank to follow rules. And this is like, is probably, you can say it's bad because you need to read a lot. You need to follow all the rules to changes and etc. But also what is bad for some people is good for you because nobody knows, because you following all the rules, you know, and only you are specialist in this area.
And you always have a job.
I'm sorry, Edward, I don't know if it is the blast of the curse of financial law, the constant changing.
I mean, from the perspective, if you practice, yeah, it's also, there is like one principle, value of the law, that the law is not changing. The law is stable. But in financial law, you cannot say that the law is changing. And Przemek is saying, oh, it's not good because the law is not changing. The law is not stable. Your clients do not know how to follow all the rules. And some financial lawyers saying, oh, it's good. New changes coming in CAT. It means I'm going to have more clients. Or, for example, because here in Poland, we do have procurement law that was passed in, just came into law from 1st of January. It means I do have some classes for other businessmen. I do have some cases. That's probably better for me, or no? Just I'm explaining how changes work for us.
It's really development. It's a great development.
Yeah.
Maybe someone have a question now? We have only 15 units to end our meeting. It's time for questions.
I'm not sure because if you have time, usually you probably all of you know like big companies, Apple, Starbucks, Facebook, and I'm just offering you to go online and to see, for example, there is a scam on YouTube how actually Starbucks pays a little of taxes. And you can find like with different companies, with Apple, with Amazon, with Facebook, they like explanation how to structure the business to pay less taxes. Okay, if you let me, I'm just less abstractive way going to show you about double taxation.
Yes, it's very important for us.
Usually when I'm asking my students, okay, you're going to have the business, I'm just drawing the business, for example, yeah. And what form of the business do you would like to choose? And from Lithuanian law, it's like statistically a lot of people, because you actually pass the commercial law, like you, okay, I should establish the business because capital is low, yeah, and I also would like to limit on my liability. And a lot of people choosing UAB. Did you hear something? UAB? UAB?
Yes.
Yeah, what does it mean, UAB?
Limited liability company, something.
Yeah. It's probably in Russian is called закрытое акционерное общество.
Либо закрытое акционерное общество, либо общество с ограниченной ответственностью.
And why a lot of people, they just saying, yeah, because of limited liability, I don't want to be responsible with all my property. And it's like, oh, I'm just in the beginning, okay, you want to cheat somebody because you in the beginning is just trying to think about limited liability. Yeah, but statistically same in Poland. In Poland, we call it spółka z o.o. It's like limited liability company. The name is spółka z o.o. And how it looks, because actually your company, this is your company. The company made 1 million euros. Let's just 1 million euros. And how you will be taking money from the company? Can you just imagine how you will be taking money from the company? This is your company. Company made the profit 1 million euros. How you will be taking the money from the company? Any idea?
By dividends.
Dividends?
Yeah. Okay, some is saying, okay, I'm just will be writing. You took, for example, 100,000 is enough dividends or no?
It's a question for person.
Yeah, it means.
But it's a question for tax. It's a really important question for tax, because you can have one sum, but you should pay very big tax for it.
Yeah.
Because not dividends. Sometimes the other variants too.
Yeah, I'm explaining. You took 100,000 euros, and you also still have 900,000 euros. And right now you're taking, for example, I don't know, can you be hired by your own company? Like CEO? Yeah, why not? Why not to be a CEO? You took like, I don't know, 300,000 euros salary per year. Yeah, is it enough?
Enough.
Yeah. Okay. And if I will be explaining with based on Polish taxes, it means like we do have in Poland on the level of the company 19%. It means companies pay usually 19% CAT. On the level of the physical person, we have progressive taxation. We have 32%. 32% of the PAT. And here is CAT. And with the dividends, it's quite easy, because dividends are taxed with a special tax rate in PAT, in personal income tax. It means 19% on the level of the company, plus 19% on the level of the physical person, because he gets or she gets dividends. It means 38% only goes on taxes. And another salary, it will be cost for the company. It means you cannot easily only making plus by plus. Here is more difficult to calculate. And we have this tax rate, the second, because if making more than 25,000 euros per year, you should pay 32%. But if you getting the salary, it means like you also get some kind of social payments. It means in Lithuania you pay something for Sodra. Do you know Sodra? ZUS is like it is called quasi taxation. An effective tax rate, it will be about 45%. It's altogether, it will be 45%. It means 45% you just will be giving to the company. And this is for you, because you will be doing for yourself, or you will be I get new student here.
Some positive moments.
Yeah, you got recording is good. And you see, you get 45%, you get 38%. You probably don't want to spend a lot of money on taxes, and the reason it's like to make your own needs, to make needs of the company. For example, do not buy the car from the salary, because you can buy car for the company. It's probably like car is too obvious, but in Poland, for example, the construction companies were building houses, and it means they, oh, okay, we build a house, please see how we can build. But by the fact, they was building houses for owners of the company. It means owner of the company was living in the house, and the house, like all the furniture, agada, it means like fridges, televisions, it was also all cost of the company. And here is like works quite well profit, that's taxable profit. It means all revenues minus cost. It means the magic is in cost. It means you trying to do, it means in our way, trying to find these camels, what I can put in costs, what I can put in costs. If you have like a lot of costs, and costs will be, cost of the companies will be covering your needs, it is the possibility to pay less taxes. But here is, in the light of law, we have like possibility that it will be treated as tax avoidance, and you as a tax lawyer or financial lawyer need to know how to pay less taxes, and need to know where is this one camel. That's my explanation.
Yes, thank you very much for a great example, because it's a real life of a lawyer when your entity, when your client don't want to pay a lot of money for state, and really you should to find the possible ways pay for state as less as we can. There are very many different ways for it, and it's a great question, great challenge for lawyers to find it and understand not only law but practice of which exists in the state. It's a really interesting part of work of financial lawyer, I think.
Okay. Thank you very much, Maria. Thank you for compliments, and I hope all students, all participants enjoyed our class. If you have any more questions, please ask us.
Great. Maybe we don't have any questions. Maybe some of our experts can want to add something.
Damian would like to add something.
Well, actually, coming back a little bit to these changes in law, we concentrate on tax law, actually, and it changed a lot. There is a lot of changes, I think, in Poland and all over the world. We have those changes connected with tax evasion and tax avoidance. But from my point of view, and it's about my specialization, we have a lot of changes on financial market as well. We have a lot of changes connected with fintech. We have quite a lot of new companies, and actually, with those companies, you can become a billionaire in few years. For example, PayPal, and then all other companies of Elon Musk, or we have in Europe, and actually in Lithuania, we have Revolut as well. And the idea of money is changing. For example, we have some we don't know how to call it, especially right now, because it's just invented something like cryptocurrencies. We don't know whether it is money, whether we should allow people to pay with that or not, to forbid, because maybe it's something wrong. And there is a lot of challenges, and we have to see in the future to look in the future, how to regulate it, and to know how to regulate it. So those changes, in my opinion, they are very, very interesting and very challenging. And it's like looking into the future. So we can be lawyers and safety writers as well. So so that's my point of view.
Thank you so much. It was very important view, because sometimes we see more order, more traditional spheres of financial law, but really there are very many fields in which financial law is used. And maybe something else, want to say something, or we will finish?
I would like to add one more thing. I think that financial law, what is great in financial law, it is a very international law. And if you choose this branch of law, it will be very easy for you to speak with lawyers from other countries which specialized in financial law, not only about the principles, but about the concrete regulation too.
It's very useful, because sometimes regulations so different that lawyers don't understand each other. Can be very hard. Yes.
Very important is the harmonization of financial law in European Union. We see it in the of course, tax law, but in the field of budgetary law and public bank law and financial market law.
Yes, thank you all for your participation. And I repeat that on behalf of European Humanities University, on behalf of our students, I express our great gratitude to our experts, because they they divide with us with a very useful and very practical understanding what is financial law, and why we should to learn it, and what perspective we will have when decide to be a financial lawyers. And thank you so much for your participation in our meeting. And I think that EGU and the University of Gdańsk will work together much, and we see you again, and maybe offline.
Thank you.